I know exactly what I'm doing.
Exactly what you're doing. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the party of which we hold ourselves accountable for. The Whispers of Darkness. Or something. I don't remember what. Who am I?
Jesus, Jake.
I,
You've had better intros.
I'm tired, man. I'm really tired.
So for those of you at home, clearly Jake has taken blunt force trauma to the head recently.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Am I
I
functioning?
mean, you did literally just get hit in the face with your phone.
That is true. That is true. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Dungeons and Dragons. And last we left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had made their way into the city of Umber after having explored the wilds of the Tri Point, not liking it and deciding that it was better off going elsewhere to try and, at the very least, ascertain a little bit more information about Darcy's mysterious doll. You guys have made your way into Umber as a kind of stop to gather some supplies, maybe learn a little bit more, and seemingly whatever event is occurring within the Tri Point is also showing in Umber. As you guys visited a hospital where a number of patients seems to have been coming in with almost comatose mentalities with strange bite wounds on their necks. You guys find yourselves resting within Umber. I believe that was for that day. Until, yeah. Did we end off at night?
We ended off with a long rest, I believe.
In the morning, then. Okay. Then, as you guys all kind of wake up from a stretch, the beautiful morning sun slowly cresting over the massive walls of which the interior of Umber hides. Some of you glancing outside and watching the sunrise, you see that the sun almost seems to shine through the walls for some reason. But as soon as it crests over the walls, whatever effect or thing, seems to vanish.
Oh, like shining through the city walls.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Not your like buildings walls.
Right.
Yeah.
That would raise some questions. This still does, but less questions.
But I drew this map in the meantime, so you guys can take a look at it if you'd like. You guys are currently situated here.
Gotcha.
But you wake up. There is no breakfast downstairs, as you guys are going to have to prepare it yourself. But the various people kind of shuffle out of their rooms or out of the hammocks downstairs and find yourselves all gathered within the kitchen area. What would you like to do?
I would like to go out for breakfast.
Anybody else? Or are you guys all just following her lead?
Darcy is finishing up the last bits of like the carvings he needs to do for the troll statues, and he's just going to finish off the leftovers of last night's failed experiment with garlic.
Fair enough.
I would like to recommend that someone allow me to suck their blood.
Oh, I have one more bottle.
Oh, beautiful.
We actually have one still in the bag of holding, but that's pretty old, so I don't know if that's still like not congealed, you know?
Is the bag of holding refrigerated?
No, because the bag of holding is for storing wooden dolls. When did you put a bottle of blood in my bag of holding?
That it was that goblin guy with the fire elemental, and I took some of his blood, and then someone took
Right,
it from me to put it in there.
Okay, don't remember anybody putting it in the bag of holding, but that's where it is. Fucking Darcy just pulls out. Why is this here?
What's the status of the blood?
You pull out a vial of almost completely dried up blood. There's like flakes of it on the edges of it, and there's this very thick, almost mucousy, tiny bit of liquid at the bottom.
Ugh.
I mean, you can have this one if you want, Varus, but I have another one.
Well, you see, now I gotta roll for my fucking thing because you pulled out a vial of goddamn blood.
Oh no!
You motherfuckers!
Oh no!
Fucking.
Well, no,
I failed.
no, it's stoppered.
It doesn't matter.
It's the visual side of it.
Well, I feel
Oh.
like we would have, been discreet if that were the case. We were just talking about.
I am super observant.
Alright.
Okay, so that's a 9.
It's seeing what happens with Varus. Darcy just tosses the vial at him.
Okay. Give me a dex check versus Varus's dex check.
Oh,
Well, Darcy just throws it at him and shuts the door.
Yeah. Just seeing if you throw it at him in time before he reaches someone else to bite.
I see.
18.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's good enough.
Well, a stoppered vial is now in your hands, Varus.
Uh-huh.
It's
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
I'll just run up to
No.
him and take it.
Okay. Make the attack.
Here we go. Oh, it didn't even... Oh, there we go. Oof.
oh,
Oof.
That's 8 point of piercing.
Fine.
Yeah. Varus bites down and this trail of blood just kind of flows into his mouth. It is very uncomfortable, to say the very least. For
You know,
both
at least
you
I'm good for the rest of the day.
and for Vestelle. Indeed.
Fine.
I think Varus truly just goes, can we not pull things like that out while I'm here?
sorry. I thought it was the smell of it that got to you.
No, it's sight, smell, it's everything, really.
But on the bright side, we don't have to worry about it for today.
Yep, that is true.
Can I just facepalm first? Of course, first thing in the morning.
Well, if we're running low on blood, I guess I'll go find a commoner, I say as I push my feet back, summon my blade.
I mean, that's your choice, but if you get arrested, I'm not helping.
I'm joking. I'm not.
All right. But
We relay... Have we... Vestelle, Vaerun and I, have we relayed the Cadrith thing to them yet?
I don't think so.
Cool. I mean, it's up to Vestelle. I just kind of look at her and I'm like, do you want to let them know about your whole...
Yeah, so it turns out that my family, or at least the people that I have the last name of, were the ones responsible for creating the vampires. So happened pre-plague, so a long time ago, and kind of just came and went. Not really sure what happened, how it stopped.
Hold on a minute. You said they created the vampires.
It was, yeah, they studied precursor people. They called them the loons. I don't know, meddled with them, turned them into vampires.
I'm just like kind of blankly staring at
Well, that's a bit of a bomb.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a bum when we learned it yesterday, so
Oh,
I suppose at least if we ever come across someone else with that name, we have a general idea as to what they're about.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Says that they just disappeared along with the vampires at some point.
Well, I mean, you're here, aren't
not
you?
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So, breakfast?
All right. As you guys depart the actual building itself to find yourselves breakfast, is Darcy
Darcy's
just
staying.
yeah? He's staying
Darcy's
behind?
just gonna stay there. Yeah, he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay behind. Get this finished up.
The rest of you
His
watch
garlic
him,
monstrosity.
extremely garlicky food. It's like garlic bread, but the garlic part is like most of the bread.
Oh
It's
god.
garlic bread, but no bread.
Basically.
Artemis is
Just
just
garlic.
as
To
much
be
as
fair,
I,
there are people out there that just eat garlic.
It was
Yeah, they're
gluten-free
crazy.
garlic bread.
as much as I love Umber as a city, I hate their culinary tastes.
Well, why don't we take a walk around, see what's here, see if we can find somewhere to get breakfast.
Keep an eye out for anything interesting.
Yeah, I will be.
All right.
I'll just catch up with you a lot later. I've got a bit of work to finish up before I go set up the stall.
It's fine. Vaerun's still asleep anyway, so
Yeah, if anything, you can take him with you to watch over everything, if you can get him to wake up.
Who knows? Sleeps about as heavy as an owlbear.
good luck.
All right. But the rest of you wander out into town. What are you specifically looking for?
For that, should we leave Ascending Stone here?
Yeah, I will hold on to a sending stone.
Not a bad idea. So what do you guys look for?
Oh, I'm looking maybe something a little bit more high end this time, like a cafe or something. Or McDonald's drive-through works.
Definitely high end. Give me an investigation check
I will assist.
with advantage. Okay. Yeah, it's relatively easy. It seems that Umber is quite a formal place. In a lot of the areas, there are a variety of different cafes, restaurants, and things where, you can see a lot of people just wandering about, going about their business. Some of them going to school, some of them going to work, some of them just enjoying their day. And you do find a few cafes. Most of them with uninteresting names and a lot, but you do find one that the Northern Specialty. It's a beautiful little quaint cafe, kind of sitting on the corner of two streets that meet, and you can see there's a variety of seats outside and inside. And they seem to be serving, from what you can smell, fresh baked bread, maybe some other pastries. The smell's what drew you here.
I don't think there's an excess of garlic coming from there, so
Well, we're doing better already.
All right. But you guys wander into the actual restaurant itself, are seated, and are brought a relatively fine-looking kind of menu that looks to be magically printed on this piece of paper. looking at it, there's a variety of different options. Some vegetarian, some not. There's croissants, a southern specialty. There's a variety of different pastries, baked breads, and breakfast coffees, things like that. Nothing too expensive. For the 4 of you? 4 of you. It would cost probably 11 to 12 gold total. Let's say 12 gold.
Since this was my idea, I will gladly fund the cost. So order whatever you'd like. Just don't go too crazy.
Fair.
But sitting around, you guys managed to get some coffee, some hot chocolate, or whatever it is that you order.
I would like to keep an eye out, by the way, while we're out, just for, as always, people keeping an eye out, keeping a keener eye on us than most.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check specifically.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Artemis is probably also looking about, but more focused on what he saw.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
You can also give me a perception check. Sorry, go ahead, Lyra.
Is there a newspaper or something I can read?
No, there doesn't seem to be a newspaper, but there is a local herald that seems to be kind of walking the streets shouting various different bits of information and news. Would you like to listen to them?
Yeah.
The good old town crier.
Mm-hmm. They kind of start off relatively uninteresting, seemingly repeating some news of various different things, such as the price of bread is increasing ever so slightly. The Midlands region is coming into a little bit more of an even trade agreement with the various different regions to the south. The roads themselves are much more dangerous than usual. It is warned that most people should stay within the city. And then there seems to be bits of information about mysterious disappearances within the city. At this, you kind of perk up a little bit and just listen, and you do hear bits of information from the crier. She's going off about it. Mysterious disappearances in the midst and the southern end. If you find any information in relation to hooded figures wearing red and assaults that are taking place in the streets during the nights, please come forth with information to your nearest guard and your nearest guard post. If you'd like more information, please speak to them as well. And then kind of continues onwards, speaking about the water quality, some of the various different arguments in local politics that are happening. Things that aren't too necessarily interesting.
Well, then, that's mildly concerning. Do we think that might have something to do with the our issues?
Maybe they're connected to the ones in Free Reach. We're vampires up there.
Jake, when I saw my my brother, was he wearing red?
He was not. He was wearing blue and gray, for the most part.
Gotcha.
Colors he had sported beforehand. But Varus, trying to keep an eye out. You don't necessarily spot anybody keeping an eye on any of you.
Good.
Just wandering through the streets, it seems. For the most part, you are as you are. In Artemis, of course, you don't see anything. At least nothing of note. But you finish off your breakfast, you pay. Where are you guys heading off to next?
We want to investigate those disappearances.
We can go to a guard station, and just see what they can say to us.
We also should go back to the hospital. We said we would try to meet with the doctor.
Yes, We do need to do that later on today.
Yes,
You're not here.
we do. Hello.
You're with
Don't
Darcy.
you worry, Kate. You're with Darcy at the residence.
Yeah, as when you wake up, Darcy's just going, good morning there. The others all left and are probably doing things, so you're with me to help set up the store.
Sure, I'll help you set up, but I was planning to go to the temple district later. See what they have.
Not to worry, but it's. We should at that point we should probably make sure that one of the others is either with you or swapping off, something like that. I don't know if it's a good idea for any of us to go off on our own.
Well, haven't seen anything dangerous yet.
It doesn't mean that nothing dangerous ain't around the corner. Cities are cities either way. Doesn't matter if it's anything major, there's always potentially someone in the alleyway with a knife.
Well, don't worry. I know how to protect myself. Plus, I've lived in the city
It's
my whole
not
life.
you I'm worried about, really. Oh, fine. I'm fully aware that you're able to handle yourself, and if you get stabbed, you're able to heal yourself. I would much rather avoid any issues that might occur to me, because you might be used to killing people, even if it's just self-defense, but I'm not.
Fine. But then you have to follow me after.
Very well. Like I said, though, just so long as if one of the others just sticks around, either way. I also have the other sending stone, so we need to keep in contact in case something goes wrong.
Of course.
Also, apologies, I know you're not the biggest fan of it, but the only thing that is left around here is leftovers from last night.
Fine. I'll pick something off the street, like I did last night.
Oh, my cooking wasn't that bad, was it?
I don't seem to like garlic. Maybe your meal or thing itself.
Fair
Well,
enough. It doesn't really seem to bother me all that much.
No, I've had garlic before, but never tasted like that.
My guess is I probably used a bit too much for some people, for some palates.
Yeah. I don't know how my home chef does it, but it might taste it different.
Well, on the bright side for me, suits my taste just fine. As Darcy just takes one of the like whole cloves that was he probably had like whole cloves mixed in with all of it as opposed to like the minced or whatnot.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much
Just
garlic.
take a bite.
A monstrosity.
Yeah, Darcy's just eating whole cloves.
It's
I've decided
insane.
that I've decided that he just likes garlic.
Fair enough.
Whole cloves of garlic, dude.
Cloves of garlic are small.
Oh, but still.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to find a lot of like toothpaste. 'Cause you're not gonna have a good time.
He's gonna smell like garlic for a long time.
Yeah.
Homie's about to take a -2 to his charisma permanently.
I guess
Flirting checks -10.
Yeah.
Like Darcy, as if Darcy's been doing that a whole lot anyways.
yeah, at least we know he's not a vampire, right guys?
The others had garlic as well. They tried it. I'm pretty sure everybody ate from Darcy's food.
Yeah, everyone tried it.
So you at the very least know the garlic doesn't seem to affect Vestelle or Varus negatively.
Dampiers, yeah.
Mm-hmm. As for everything else, who knows? But where are you two heading?
Once Darcy was done with the carvings, which probably wouldn't have taken very long, would have taken the cart down to the mitts, then set up roughly where he was the day before, if that spot was still open.
Mm-hmm. And it is. Yeah, the markets are essentially this entire area. It's pretty big, so they have plenty of spaces to set up. A lot of them are like portable homes or just like the the skeleton of an actual building. So it allows other people to kind of set up their own thing if they want. You see some people you see one person cast some sort of spell and create most of a building over the course of about an hour. And they seem to set up shop in there. But
well, there we go.
It was relatively nearby. And but yeah, you set up your own place.
I'll be next to him, but I'll set up a shop next. I'll just do like a arm wrestle one.
You got an arm wrestling thing?
Yeah.
You just grab an empty barrel from somewhere, just set it up.
Well, I assume there's a stall nearby, right?
Yep, there's plenty of empty spaces. Like,
yeah.
It's not like every space is completely packed and filled. It seems that about 60 to 70% of the space is filled. So there's there is some open room.
Just help kill the time and watch over.
Sure. Why don't both of you give me a charisma check? How much are you setting for the price of your arm wrestling?
Okay. It's an entry is 5 gold. If you win, you get double.
Ooh. Okay.
Also, Darcy, while he does enjoy garlic, he's very well aware of the smell, so he's going to, on the way there, gonna buy like some mint to chew on.
Sure. The mint costs you like 2 silver.
Okay. Maybe we'll also dope himself up with enhanced ability.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my god. He's try-harding. What the?
Alright.
Imagine taking steroids to win an armor wrestling match in high school.
Alright, so straight charisma, add 2 from the advertisement stone. Do I get any bonuses from, like a repeat customer thing?
You know what? Sure. I'll say a +1.
Okay. Okay, so a total of +3 to this.
Ooh.
25!
Ooh.
Hey, didn't she give
Still
yourself
my
advantage?
Sorry, what?
Oh, wait, no, right. The stone gives me advantage as opposed to a +2, so it'd be a 23, but let's see if it gets higher. Nope, 23.
Not bad.
Oh,
I think we went back and forth for a little bit on what the stone did. At one point you said +2, and then you said either way. I'll stick with the advantage thing.
Okay, write it down. Make it advantage. You'll be fine.
Yes.
So we don't have to be like, huh? What did it do again?
Yes. Either way, 23. And also the troll statues are being sold for a total of 20 gold each.
Ooh. Okay. How many did you make?
Oh.
I made 2 of them.
2 of them. 20 gold.
Because I split one quarter of a log into 2 things.
Okay. I will say that both of them are sold. And
Yes.
you get 6 other pieces of merchandise sold. I don't know. I don't remember how much that you were charging for each of them.
I also had the little golem starters, like
Oh,
which
right,
I
you did say that.
believe I bought each of those little things for about 10 gold each, and then I split them in two.
Okay, how much are you selling
And
them
I
for?
think I was just going to sell each of those for 10 gold.
So you have a total of what, 4?
I bought 10 of them.
Oh, so you have 20 total.
Yes.
I'll say you sell half of it then. Another 100 gold. So 140. And Vaerun? The first person that comes up against you is this massive hulking like blacksmith looking guy. He has like a bald head, this bandana strapped against his head, and you just see these massive bulging muscles as he takes a barrel and just sits across from you. Arm wrestling, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. How much is it?
5 gold.
How about we double it? 10 gold entry, and I get 20 gold back, huh?
And oh. Alright, but you better go easy on me.
Haha, not happening. He slams down a Dwarvish gold,
Okay.
flexes his muscles.
Vaerun definitely jacked up with his spells.
Okay. Let's go, then,
Alright.
buddy. Alright.
Darcy sitting off to the side, silently watching Vaerun, potentially about to lose gold.
Oh, that's whispering. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Darcy sitting off to the side, watching Vaerun lose 10 gold.
10 gold gone.
It's not like he destroys you. It's a relatively, even struggle for a little bit until he goes, all right, and seems to get like a second wind in him as he just brings your arm down. Oh, all right, where's my 20?
Alright, here you go.
Thanks. And he just walks away. You get a few other people. Let's see how you fare against some average people. How long does enhanced ability last?
It lasts an hour.
You'll probably get like one or
That's
two other customers within the hour.
Yeah.
So this is
And even if you don't, you got a +6, so most people are.
Yeah. If everyone's doing this to kill time.
roll it for 2 other people with advantage, and then the rest will be flat. Ooh, sheesh. No. Oh, almost. Well, the first guy that comes up against you, he is like a tiny twig. You can see that he's with a girl, and he's like, all right. He sits down across from you. I got this. You don't seem so big. It's gonna be so easy. Here's 5 gold. All right, let's go. And then within like 3 seconds, he gets destroyed. And he's like, oh, my arm.
No, I make it look good.
You make it look good? Okay.
I make it look good.
You could see he just kind of makes eye contact with you, and there's like a tiny bit of very much relief in his eyes, and he goes, oh, "You're such a tough opponent." I'm gonna give him a performance check.
Yeah, see, I go back and forth with him.
Honestly, not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 of you go back and forth. Actually, you can roll a performance check as well. Yeah, honestly, not bad. Both of you go back and forth a little bit. He's like, oh, okay, oh. And then all of a sudden you take over and just slowly put his hand down. He's like, tough match.
Yeah,
Tough
job.
match.
Oh,
Ooh. Yeah, he goes back to her. She is very impressed, and both of them walk away. You made money, and he's happy. So, next, a kind of ambiguous person walks up to you. They sit down in front of you, look up. 5 gold, yeah?
Yep. 5 gold.
Alright. Here's 5. And then the two of you go back and forth for a little bit before you defeat them, and they're like,
Good match. Tough one.
yeah, sure. I used to be stronger. What happened? I didn't go work out more. She just walks away. Or they walk away, sorry. Yeah. It is entertaining time. Let's see you do 2 more, as you and Darcy are probably there for about 2-3 hours. At least. Oh my god! Yeah, this man's getting all his high rolls out now.
Alright, time to die later.
Oh. Oh, damn, that person almost beat you. That person definitely didn't. They did good, though. But yeah, you win 2 more matches. It's not bad.
I had a good time.
I think you earned, what, 20 gold from that? It's pretty good.
Yeah. So you got back the gold that you lost, really.
That is true. So you are now dead even from when you started.
Hey, I'm doing okay.
Actually, no. He's 10 gold up because he only lost the 10 gold from the first one.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
But hey, you made money.
Yep. I mean, you made bank, but I'm just here sitting like, yep, I did okay.
Well, I made bank with like product to sell. You made 10 gold with just
essentially
armor.
1 spell slot.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But yeah.
Yep.
The two of you enjoy your time in the markets until you realize that, not necessarily that the crowd is dying out, but more that you don't have a lot of things to sell anymore. So you kind of decide to close up shop, and both you and Vaerun depart. But
yeah. While they're going through the mist, Darcy's just going to look for somewhere where he could either the guy who was selling the wood yesterday or somebody just selling firewood, so that Darcy can make more just smaller tchotchke-ish things.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
I'll help him.
Sure.
Because I'm already with him.
Okay.
Advantage.
14.
You find some firewood. You don't find the same guy from the day before. You get a relatively decent amount. How much are you getting?
How heavy are things with firewood?
Pretty heavy.
I mean, Vaerun will help you carry.
Well, I have the bag of holding.
Each
Oh,
full
right.
log is about 2 pounds.
Okay. So I'll just go through.
And these are like quartered logs. Or sorry, no, each quartered log is 2 pounds. My bad.
I'll just look through it, and I'm just go with like the market price, really.
Mm-hmm.
If I could find it.
Is there firewood in the...
No, there isn't, apparently. You'd think there would be.
Really?
How much is it per log?
It's like a gold. For
gold
a full
per
log. So like 2 silver and 5 copper for a quartered log.
And what would be the dimensions of them?
Each quartered log is like 4 inches wide by 4 inches, and it's rounded. So 4 inches by 4 inches and like 8 inches long.
4 inches by 4 inches. That's really small.
Yep. Did you want bigger ones? You can ask for whole logs.
Yeah, I was just gonna get. I'll probably just get whole logs then.
Yep, they're gold each.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
Yeah,
Like the ones I bought last time. Granted, they were like fancier woods for like 30 gold.
Mm-hmm. They're 8 by 8 by 8, so basically a square, but a circle. Cylinder. That's the word.
Rough dimensions.
Yep. Very rough.
2 pounds each. You said.
Well, 2 pound per quarter, so it'd be about 8 pounds for the entire log.
8 pounds for an entire log. I'll do the math myself, and
okay.
So just continue on for now.
All right, but we will shift over to the other group, where the 4 of you, having just finished breakfast, are free to explore town, after having heard the herald cry out some interesting information. What are you guys up to?
We're supposed to go towards the guard post, right? That was the plan?
Yep.
All right. You guys head over to the Umber's guard post. The nearest one is pretty close by. It's like a small station building, and you can very easily see and, kind of notice the various different people around. But yeah, let's see. Give me 1 second.
By the way, I'm spending 20 gold on wood logs.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, sure.
I need excess materials.
Fair enough.
And besides, this also helps for like when we're traveling.
True. But yeah, you guys find the nearest guard post with relatively no issues. Kind of wandering in, you see a flurry of activity. You can see a lot of the guards are kind of it looks like they're changing shifts or something. Some of them are shuffling in, kind of moving into a back room, changing. Some of them are, just leaving for the day. You see a large kind of wooden front desk to your front right as you enter the building itself. The floors are well marbled, and it's a beautiful building, although a little small and cramped. But you see a man sitting in the desk, and seem to be doing some sort of paperwork as you approach. He looks up. Hello? What can I do for all of you?
We
I'll
heard.
absolutely let Artemis take this or someone else.
Well, I believe that we had this is the guard post, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe that we had heard reports, or at least issues coming up with some cloaked individuals, and we were going to look in. We just, I guess, we're wanting more information than just red cloaks and what have you.
Okay. Are you guys concerned citizens, mercenaries, bounty hunters, insane people? Like, what are you guys' objective here?
Insane people.
B through D.
So, mercenaries, bounty hunters, and insane people.
Well, less thought so on the insane, but everyone needs a little crazy in their lives.
I mean, I guess, though we'd wish there was a little less crazy in our lives. Yeah, but oh, where do I even start? Yeah, some people have gone missing in the midst and the southern end. At least only there so far. It's been relatively young people, like young men, women, like 20s, early 30s, it's very concerning. There's been some reports of people who are like seeing these attacks. They're usually occurring either later on in the evening when it's dark out and there's a lot of cover of darkness.
How did
or
that happen?
early
Oh.
morning.
God
But
damn it, that's a good roll.
yeah, so it's like a lot. It's not like a lot of people have disappeared, but it's an amount that is starting to be concerning. We've got 7 people missing now, all taken in relatively similar fashion. I mean, there was some witness reports of one of their eyes kind of almost bleeding over for a brief amount of time, and then there was another one who felt like his entire body froze up and just like couldn't move. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. We're trying to investigate it. We're finding some evidence that's been left behind, but have not been able to catch any culprits yet. Are you guys coming in with information or just curious?
More curious. We had heard reports ever since we've gotten here, and I don't mean to alarm you, but we were hearing similar reports, not just here, but seemingly around the reach.
Just the Reach, like the Reach forests, or do you mean the city of Free Reach, or
Like actual cities, not just not just here, like Free Reach, what have you.
have you guys
It's
heard
a
the
little-
same thing? He kind of looks over at the rest of the group.
Yep.
Yep, I'm afraid so.
Okay. Well, I guess if that's the case, then we can rule out Free Reach coming in and attacking per Umber specifically. That's good news. It is not an attack by the Midlands. Bad news is it doesn't get us any more information into catching who is doing all these attacks. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are really interested, there's a few crime scenes and places that you guys could go to, look around. Maybe you'll figure something out that we missed.
Sure, if you wanna, I guess, give the general location of those various scenes, and we can do our best to look.
Yeah, sure. One was by the midst, near the middle bridge, connecting to the southern end. It'll be pretty easy to spot once you actually get to the bridge. There was another one near the parks on the southern end, on the eastern area of it. Those two are like the most recent ones, and are the ones we've explored the least. So up to you. If you get in, tell them Jerome sent you, and that you're bounty hunters or mercenaries looking to help out. So yeah.
How long did you say this is going on again?
Well, the 7th disappearance was 2 days ago. But the first one, we don't know if it's related or not, was about 2.5 months ago. So, it's been going for a little while. Yeah.
Well,
Same as the other ones, though. No real trace, just a bit of blood spattered from either our victim or whoever tried to fight back. But yeah, never any bodies. But yeah, unfortunate.
I guess the most recent one might be the best place for us to start? Any ideas to where that person was taken according to witnesses, or is that kind of up in the air as
Yeah,
well?
it was a man. He was early 20s, relatively handsome. These are the descriptions I've been given. Blonde hair, green eyes, really fit, and was taken near the bridge between the midst and the southern end, the middle bridge. Um, and yeah, they were taken across the bridge, and then after that, we couldn't find any evidence of them anymore. So, yeah. And by middle bridge, he means this one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get to looking about that, and if we come across anything, I take it report back to you all, or
There's other guard posts around. You can report it to them, report it to me, wherever.
yeah.
We'll see that it reaches our head guard and the government. We'll make sure it gets covered. But
All right.
please be careful. I don't want to like make you do anything you don't want to do. So we'll give you a gold reward if you do manage to find some information that might be helpful to the investigation. If you find one of the people, it might be even greater. Like, that'll be great.
All right. We'll keep an eye out then.
Yeah. Fantastic. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's fun.
I guess we're spending the day being detectives today.
Doing their jobs for them.
Might as well.
Been going on for 2 months and they have no leads. Except
Maybe
I guess
it
that
means
people were
that-
red.
Maybe it means that whoever is doing this is unfortunately pretty decent at it.
Or there's someone in the police guard department working with them. You never know if that kind of thing happens.
It's all a conspiracy.
You guys want to head down to that bridge then?
Sure, why not?
Absolutely.
A good starting point at least. I guess see if there's anything out of the ordinary there.
Mhm.
Jake, in relation to where we are, where's the hospital?
Where you guys are, the hospital would be like over here.
So we gotta backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go.
It's up to you guys. When are you guys going?
If we wanted to cover more ground, I would suggest we could get Darcy and Vaerun and do a 3-and-3 thing again. Up to you guys, though.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I mean, if we want to stop at the hospital for whatever it is you all are wanting to check on, we can, and then we can go get the other two if we wanted to all go check out the near the bridge.
True.
After all, I think Darcy probably has ways to, I guess, see traces of magic, so it might be beneficial to drag him along and use him as a humanoid gold detector.
Fair.
Varus, could you use your stone and see if they'd be willing to come with us?
Absolutely. I take up the sending stone and I just go. So we have found a job if the two of you are interested. Apparently people are going missing in the city and there's no traces of how they've disappeared or where they've gone. So we're planning on figuring out. We figure we could utilize your magical eyes to help, Darcy.
When is this within like the 2-ish hours that we spend in the mid?
Probably near the tail end of it.
Well, Vaerun was saying that he was wanting to go to the temple district today. So, but I held him up here the entire time, so I don't know how willing he is to wait much longer. I'm willing to help look around.
I heard me being mentioned. What's up?
The others have found a job and are wanting me to help out with seeing if I can't spot any magic around an area.
Oh. So, where are we looking?
Where is this?
Well, there are different places, but the one that we know about is the bridge. And I'll just pretty much describe what what we've been told.
Mm-hmm.
So, like one of these bridges down here on the southern end of the mist?
This bridge specifically.
Okay, that one.
Yep.
Well, the temples are in the south end, so it's on the way.
All right then. Vaerun and I can check that out on our way over to the temple district then.
I don't know how much is actually going to be left because they do state that the people have been taken in the night. So,
I'm sorry, people have been taken. What?
Yeah.
Back up real quick. What exactly is this job?
Detective work.
Okay. Investigating what?
Disappearances.
Very broad.
We don't know much about it either.
Right. Okay. And who? Question. What sort of people have been getting taken so far?
We've only really learned about one, right?
I think it was
You only
mostly
told us
younger
about
people.
True. More younger types. Younger individuals. Apparently the latest the latest one.
Teenagers.
Young adults-ish.
Okay.
Something around our age, at least as far as I'm aware.
I think he said 20 to 30s.
Oh, I'm
20 to
definitely
30s.
no, in my 20s to 30s.
Well, you're an elf, so 20s to 30s is different for you.
Vaerun is on the older side, even.
Yeah, that's also what I figured. Right then, we'll check it out on our way.
Vestelle and I let Vaerun know that Vestelle and I are going to swing by the hospital again to talk to that person we weren't able to meet yesterday.
Okay. Darcy will let Vaerun know about that.
Okay. Just tell him to let me know what happens.
Just let us know how that goes.
Will do.
Are we not meeting up with them?
Apparently Vaerun wants to go to the temple district, so they're going to see if they can't find anything on their way downwards.
All right.
So we are, I suppose, this is our detective group for now.
I ain't much help. I'm just here to cheer you guys on.
Hey, I mean, you're young and relatively healthy and strong, and from what we've heard, that's who they've been looking for. So
Are you implying
never
that I
know.
am bait?
All I'm saying is that if the shoe fits,
To be fair, though, we need to wait until nighttime for bait to be any productive at all.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind.
Meanwhile, Darcy's walking down there expecting you guys to fit him as bait.
Well, if Darcy gets captured in the meantime, that's not on us.
Yeah, well,
No, we should really do that if there's a moon out. Then they can take him. Then they can.
Then they can take him, yeah.
oh yeah.
We should probably find.
That's a quick way to that's a quick way to either get Darcy killed or to dismantle an enemy group.
Oh, please. You're not gonna die. They're gonna die.
what we do is we use Darcy as bait, and then we put Vestelle, Varus, and Artemis in the bag of holding since we all don't have to breathe, and we just wait.
Genius.
Again, portable hull. There's a weight limit.
500 pounds. I'm pretty sure the three of you together is probably almost there.
Easy.
And there's already stuff in there.
We could take that stuff out for the sake of this, obviously. It's for the mission.
Maybe.
That's for the mission.
Yeah, but we don't need to do this right now. We don't have any solid plans to do this right now. So
If you guys want to share a bag of holding with a creepy celestial god effigy,
oh, that's in there, right?
Almost permanently.
Yes.
It's all part of the mission.
fucking Artemis just crawls in there. It's just staring at him the whole time.
I go in and turn on my my paladin sight thing, and I just see like some monster that's staring at me. I just slowly crawl out. Yep, nope, I ain't going back in there.
Absolutely, I have changed my mind immediately. No one is allowed in this bag.
That's it. I'm going home. I'm done.
Bye.
Terrible plan, worst plan in history. We're never doing this again. Bye bye.
I love it.
Okay, but all right. Who are heading to the hospital?
The four of us.
All four of you? Okay.
it's
I thought
still early in the day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We got time.
Right, we just had breakfast.
Good thing
We
that
got a lot of time.
it's a good thing that Varus has had his sippy sip of the crimson juice because
In a hospital.
well, yeah, it's a hospital, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'll never get over the mental image of like, doctor, please, this person's flatlining. They cough up blood, like, and they flatlined as Varus just licking his lips.
It's a condition. I'm sorry.
Sir, I think your condition needs to be treated, and not on live patients.
Well, you know what? Good luck trying. I've tried myself.
he just has a little card that says, "I'm sorry for the loss of your friend, partner, son, daughter, brother, sister."
I was thirsty.
All right. But
I regret nothing.
the four of you start heading towards the hospital. It's relatively close by. It takes you about 10-minute walk. And you arrive, and you can see that it is, not terribly busy, at the very least from what you can tell. Walking into the front room, you can see the kind of well-polished stone floors are in use. There's quite a few kind of people wearing the clean clothes, dragging around some patients. You see a tabaxi kind of cough up a bit of blood as he's wheeled by in a small cart. But yeah, you guys make it up to the front, and you can see the half tabaxi still in place as she looks up towards all of you. Oh, you're back. I thought you guys were coming back yesterday afternoon.
We got caught up
We
in
lost
something.
track of time.
Okay, fair enough. She's in. I will go grab her. Give me a few moments. She's busy with the current patients right now. I'll see if she can spare a few moments for you guys.
Wonderful.
Please stay here. And she walks off up the stairs. After a few minutes, you guys just glancing around at the actual hospital itself, you see a elvish woman descend the stairs itself. In this kind of like light blue gown that's covering the majority of her body. You can see this kind of silvery hair done up in a ponytail as she's walking down the stairs towards all of you. You could see that currently her the entire like front of her blue smock is covered in just small bits of blood, while she's taking off 2 pairs of gloves that she's throwing into a garbage bin before she walks down in front of all of you. Hello? You are here to see me?
Yes.
Oh,
more or less.
Oh, there was blood on these. That is fine. She snaps her finger and you can see the blood just vanishes. I am Elaine Harper. Fantastic to meet all of you. Let me give you her picture. She does not look like this normal or currently, but she does, or she will normally, I guess. Boom.
Huh.
Interesting.
She kind of looks at all of you. So what can I help you with? Meet, understand, speak to, do. What are we here for?
Well, 2 of us, me and my companion here, were more curious about the states that the people have been found in outside the city. The ones with the bite marks on their neck.
Yeah, she nods. Yes. Oh, you're just curious for the sake of curiosity, or is it something else?
Well, we happen to have, unfortunately, at one point in time, run into entities like that.
She kind of looks you up and down. Entities like that. I see. What do you want to do about it? Are you looking to help?
If we could, or at least if I could.
If you could. Yeah. All right, fine. But I will be watching you the entire way. Do not do anything stupid. I will kick you out of the hospital myself.
Very fair.
Follow me. Please put these on. She hands you like these shoe covers, as well as these hair nets. Keep these on and don't touch anything. Adventurers are absolutely disgusting. They get germs everywhere. As she slowly walks up the stairs.
Hey, put the shit on and follow her.
Weapons at the front, please. Please just leave it there.
Oh darn! I left them in my other jacket.
I will leave my weapons up in the front. Absolutely.
Yes, there's no hiding a giant axe.
You can try.
You can certainly try. I don't think there's many places here you can put that thing.
Bag of
Load a
holding.
mountain of weapons on the front desk.
Entirely depends on how adventurous you might be.
Oh my god, the bag of holding isn't that adventurous. Okay, but yeah, you guys kind of deposit your weapons at the front. You see the half-tabaxi just gather all of them. She's like, "Oh my god, why do you have so many?" As she whispers to herself as she tries to drag them behind a small.
Varus absolutely answers her.
I just hand her a single dagger that's in my boot.
She looks at you. She looks at the dagger. Okay.
I treble light.
But yeah, you guys make your way up from the first floor to the second floor, and the smell of just kind of like bleach hits your nose. That's really the only way to describe it. There's a lot of like cleaning techniques and things that seem to be in place to keep things clean. But you can see she slowly travels up the actual stairs themselves up until you guys are on the third floor, which is the top floor of the actual building itself. And then she leads you onto a wooded floor section to a door in front of you. And you can see a hall that leads both to the left and to the right. But this door is kind of directly to the opposite side of where the stairs was. She looks at all of you. So, these were people that were brought in by my friend. They all share a bit of a similar characteristic. None of them are from Umber, at the very least from what I can tell. And no one that we've seen has really recognized them, but they're in a bit of a vegetative state. A lot of them aren't reacting to exterior stimuli. There's a few of them that are still conscious and might understand the words that I'm saying, but it takes them a long time to process, almost as if their mind is fogged or clouded. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and there is no consistency between any of them, except that they have bite wounds on their neck, which I would attribute to a vampire, but the teeth marks are too shallow. They are not for killing. It looked like it was either willingly taken or they were unconscious when it was done. It doesn't really help though. So, no answers, unfortunately. And I did my bit of research. Found essentially nothing, which is fantastic. She opens the door slightly and kind of ushers you guys into the room. And glancing about, you see kind of a small or a large wooden room with a row of beds that just go down either side all the way to the back of the room, where a small window seems to be exposed to the outside. And you can see that initially this room you thought was pretty narrow and long, but you realize as you glance to the left and right that the walls are actually, they look like they're movable. And you can see to either side a small entrance to the other side. The current row of beds is directly in front of you, and those are completely empty. Mostly well made, but clean for the most part, as she indicates to the small room on the right. Please follow me, and don't do anything too exciting or stimulating. I don't know what they might do if for some reason they come back. Yeah? So just be careful. I want to make sure they're not disturbed. Yes?
Understood.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Sounds good.
Okay, good. Come. As you guys walk into the other room itself, you now see and kind of smell something familiar, at the very least, to Varus. There's like a slight tinge of something at the edge of your nostrils that you know had come initially from Vestelle. The smell is a little bit stronger here, and it doesn't seem to be coming from just her. There's traces of it on these people. Very small traces, but it's there.
But not the one from yesterday.
No, not all of them. The first one you kind of walk up to looks to be a relatively young man, probably late 20s. Pretty fit, but he just kind of stares into his hands. He's breathing, but you can barely tell if he's actually really there or not.
Looking around, I'll kind of get in the middle of the room and activate my divine sense.
And as you kind of walk to the middle of the room, you almost see one of the figures that's currently beneath the covers, and you recognize the lilac hair as you open up your senses. Let's see. There is no celestial fiend or undead near you, and you know that there is no presence of desecration or consecration, at least from the best that you can tell. Though these people almost all seem to be kind of universally giving little bits of this strange smell. You can't quite place your hand on it, but you've smelled it before, at the very least a little bit, when you were in the tri-point.
Gotcha.
And the figure that you recognize, at the very least, is someone that you had fought in the tournament. Atney.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, boy.
Wait. Atney.
Noble girl, right?
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, it's a conspiracy.
Whoo, boy. Yep.
Her.
Yep.
Kicked Vestelle's ass.
Yep.
Oh, is that the one
wow.
that rolled a 1 and then stabbed herself and I won?
Yeah,
I think so.
that exact one.
Oh man.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. As you glance over towards her bed, Artemis, you now recognizing her, as you move closer, you can tell that she's like just staring at the ceiling, her eyes blank. Whatever.
Doesn't seem to be like aware of us.
No, not from what you can tell. From what you had seen previously, like you had seen her eyes, they were sharp, they were focused. She knew what she was doing, and she knew how to get it done. And currently,
and then she stabbed herself.
And currently, it's like there's no one home.
Vegetable.
Where's the doctor currently that led us here?
She's standing near the front of the room.
Kind of glance to her and just say, do you mind if I try something?
She walks over, and what are you trying?
I doubt it'll work, but I can at least, I begin to take off one of my gloves. I can at least try and remove.
Can you at least tell me what you're doing first?
It's a little magic trick. It usually removes poisons, diseases, anything like that.
Okay, go ahead. I will tell you it will not do anything, but you can try.
I'll take my glove off and just kind of motion Varus to kind of get closer, and I'll just say, with my vision, I could kind of sense something on these people. I assume you can as well.
I'm curious, does Atney give off the sense?
She does.
When I look at her? She does.
It's probably more powerful on her than anybody else in the room.
Interesting.
Focus on her for a moment and see if it, I guess, lessens or even outright goes away here. And I'll kind of like touch your shoulder and then use 5 points of lay on hands just to see if there's any disease or anything like that.
Okay. And you attempt to do so? You see a brief moment of like color almost return to her skin before it just fades, and you could see her head, like her eyes, almost for a very brief moment focuses before kind of unfocusing again.
Well,
You said you don't know who any of these people are, correct?
They are not, well, they are not known to me or any of my staff, so no.
Well, we can at least tell you who this one is.
I can tell all of you crowded around her instantly, and it's not just because she's pretty.
you know, we met her a few weeks ago, I'd say.
Her name is Etney Barlow, if that name rings a bell.
Of
At
House
least
Barlow.
the last one. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Shit.
I'm curious. I'm not going to go around the... But I'm okay, you know, fuck it, I am. I'm going to go around the room, and I'm going to look at these individuals and just see if I can't see if they have any specific, like, rings that might depict nobility or just anything on them that might determine if these individuals are of noble lineage. Because I know that nobles have been disappearing.
Mm-hmm. You go around the room, give me an investigation check. Or perception. Up to you.
I'd rather go with perception.
Yeah,
Believe it or not.
no one is proficient in investigation.
I'm proficient in investigation, just my perception is a lot better. My intelligence is 14, Jake. All right. Investigation is +5. My perception is +9. Which one do you think I'm going to use?
Fair enough.
All right, here we go. Ooh.
You do spot one more person with it. Like a young gentleman, probably early 19, maybe he might not even be of age, like he's between 17 to 19. You don't recognize who he is, but you do see a ring. Let's see, which house was this? Let me double check. Actually, would you even know? Give me a history check as well.
Oh boy.
You do spot a ring that seems to
boy.
have some sort of insignia on it. But
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
you recognize it, surprisingly. It is not of Midland's make. It is someone from the north.
Interesting.
You can see that the ring itself is rather simple make, but it is fancy. It's made of platinum. And it depicts what appears to be an owl on the very front of it, with its wings kind of spread out around the entirety of the ring.
Ratatosker.
Mm-hmm. You would also know
Gotcha.
that Clan Ratatosker are known to travel the lands.
Yeah. Okay. I will just let her know that as well. I'll just walk over to this individual and just go, you've got another one here from, it seems, Clan Ratatosker from the north.
World Clan.
She kind of furrows her brow. What does that mean? Is it possible that all of them are nobles?
That was the assumption I had, but I'm not seeing anything else on the rest of them, at least, and I don't recognize any of them. So unless they came in with things that you've taken off, or pieces of paper, or anything like that, I have no idea. But 2 out of the minimum is...
Oh, sorry, 9.
Interesting. Oh, 2 out of the 9 is definitely a lot more than it should be.
First things first, that is not good.
No.
If a Midlands noble is found within Amber vegetized, this could spell really bad things for us. Fuck.
I have to ask.
She starts pacing around the front of the room.
This may be a strange question, but seeing as how or what they got attacked from, have you tried anything relating to blood?
She looks up, looks at you. I've tried to feed some of them blood. I've tried to display it in front of them. There was very little reaction.
Do you mind if I give it a try?
Please tell me what you are going to do first.
Just utilize my own blood. See if anything different happens. Maybe fresher ones.
Give me a
You're going to
give me
You're going to give
check.
this woman an aneurysm or a hernia or
Oh boy,
ulcers.
a persuasion, you say? I'm so good at charisma. Don't you worry. 6.
She looks at you. I would rather it be in a controlled environment, and at the very least, we don't know what it might do. If you feed them blood, if you show them your own, there is a chance that they just spring up and start attacking all of the other patients and us.
Fair enough. Just, I don't know. A suggestion.
Understandable one, yes, but I do not want to take risks with them anymore. Especially not now that I know she's a Midlands notable.
Question as well. The kid from Ratatosker, did he also give off the sense of...
Yep, he did. But it was very, very light. Like, you probably wouldn't have been able to smell it unless you were right up against him.
I'm going to, again, walk around and just see which ones don't.
Yep, there are 3 of them that don't.
Okay.
2 women. One of them is the one that you had seen the day before, and another one is a young gentleman, probably like mid-20s.
Okay. Can I don't know if this would be like a medicine check. I'm hoping it's not a medicine check, but it probably will end up being a medicine check. Just see if there's a difference between the bites of the people that have been giving off this aura to me, and then the people who haven't. Just see if there isn't
Give me an
a
Arcana check.
distinct difference or not. Oh well, that's not a check I was expecting. Okay, sure. Not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. You know that the differences between these two, you're not entirely sure, but from an educated guess, kind of glancing at Atney, her mouth is slightly agape, and you can see that her kind of incisors are a little bit sharper than they would have been. And she doesn't seem to breathe as heavily as some of the other ones, but she is still breathing. However, you go over to one of the ones that don't smell like anything, and their teeth look basically normal. Their skin very much the same color as it most likely would have been before. And it almost feels like they're breathing normally as well. Sorry, yeah, I said that already. But yeah,
their eyes are open, right?
Yep, all of them are conscious at the very least. From
and all of them same color eyes.
No. They're just unfocused. They all have different.
Oh, I meant like an individual has the same colored eyes.
Oh, yeah,
like they would normally have.
All of them have the same colored eyes.
It's just a question you gotta ask, you know.
Fair enough.
No, I'll ask the doctor. Out of this group here, who was the first one that you all started taking care of?
That's one. She points to the Ratatosker one. He was the first to come in. He was the first to be found.
Where was he found?
Just outside of the tri-point. Between Greenspire and the actual tri-point itself, and on the river there. My friend was traveling, and he had seen just a passed out figure in a pale white robe. Took them, brought them here. To me.
River, you say?
Yeah.
Yes, near the river.
Might be related to that thing we saw.
That thing?
Yeah.
When we were in Greenspire, we saw a group of individuals get on a boat in a river and just disappear,
Okay.
pretty much.
The individuals that we saw get on the boat, like, what were they wearing?
They were wearing cloaks, but they were those ones you can confirm were black.
Okay.
And they were, we believe, headed towards the Trispire, right?
Nope, they were heading towards Filden.
Slave traders, got it.
Huh.
I'll ask the doctor, out of curiosity, do any of these people have any kind of other marks on their skin? You know, like brands, tattoos, symbols?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
I mean, some of them have tattoos, but I don't think they have anything significant. She kind of slowly moves one of the male patients off to the side, and you can see tattooed on his shoulder is what appears to be like a small dragon's head. You see him move over to one of the female patients and kind of lifts her leg, and you can see tattooed along the inner thigh what appears to be like a butterfly.
Okay.
These just look like artistic tattoos.
Yeah, probably.
Where was pointing at Atney? She found.
She was found a little bit closer, I suppose, between Vaerun and Fort Vasina. It seemed like she was heading towards Vaerun, or I'm not sure, but she was found in a similar white gown as everyone else.
So they were all found in a white gown.
Yes, essentially. White gown, traces of blood at the very necks, near the necks.
And what of the most recent person that was brought in here yesterday?
Yeah, she was also found in the white gown. You would know because when she was in like the barrel, or sorry, the wheelbarrow, she was in a white gown. With a
no, not where not what she was wearing, but where she was found.
Oh, if I recall correctly, that was towards Greenspire. Like along the road between Greenspire and Filden.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all in that area, yeah.
I don't understand the connection, but it might have something to do with the tri-point. But why?
Sounds
It
like
doesn't make any sense.
So, if you don't mind my asking,
sorry, what was the question?
what is your plan with her now that you know who she is?
I am still a doctor first and foremost, so I will take care of her. The repercussions of whatever it might be, if no one knows, then no one can really come and push retribution on us. For now, she is just missing. No one knows that she is a number, and I am assuming that all of you to have no allegiances to Free Reach. Yes, please say you don't.
No.
None of that
No.
standard, no.
Thank the gods. But because of that, she will probably stay here. I will be taking care of her, of all of them, because I am still, of course, doctor first.
I know it might sound a bit harsh, but I do think that the ones here that seem farther along within the process, it might be best to have them in a separate room, perhaps having said room
I'm sorry, further
locked.
along? What do you mean
Do
by
what?
that?
I don't know. I feel it's odd that, you know, I'm not saying I have experience in this. Just call it a gut feeling that I have a sneaking suspicion that, assuming that whatever is taking hold of them is progressing on, from what we can tell, seems to be that way. I fear that when you get to the final stages of it, they may be a little more volatile.
Progressing? What?
Yes, I
I'm not
mean,
sure I understand. Are you telling
well,
are you telling me that they are turning into vampires?
I'm saying that some of them here are very clearly not as, I mean, obviously they're catatonic, but I mean, I look to Varus and then kind of point to myself when I did the little divine sense. Some of them are radiating auras, some stronger than others, and some very clearly different from others. I just, especially her, I think that she might be, again, as I mentioned, maybe farther along in whatever this is.
What? That doesn't make
Nah,
any
don't
sense.
worry.
No, I'm concerned because she came in relatively recently, about a week and a half ago. Or a week ago, I think, at this point. And he's been here this entire time. While she has the fangs, he doesn't. She points to the one from Clan Ratatosker. He came in first. He's been here this entire time. There has been no, as you say, development.
Yes, but I guess the time that you all picked them up, I guess, doesn't correlate with when they were actually affected with this.
Oh, that is
Doesn't
possible.
necessarily have to. Like, for example, she could have been bitten or at least turned to this state immediately after we had met her. And then she was that way for that entire time. And then now you all got her into your care as of recently, but she has technically been afflicted with this for much longer, is what I'm saying. Not that that is what is happening, it's just possible.
No, that's concerning, but possible. I'll move them to the other side. It's so strange. They're still capable of moving, breathing, eating, even. They're just not thinking.
Have you ever had someone try to communicate with them in like a mental kind of way, if that's possible?
I don't know of anyone that's capable of doing that. So no. Maybe they are still inside their minds. Trapped. God, wouldn't that be awful? Ugh. Sorry, I don't want to think about it. Is there anything else? Questions? Thoughts? I want to help them. I want them to be better.
By the way, Jake, I don't know if it matters.
Mm-hmm.
I've just realized that, again, don't know if it matters, but that first perception check I made, you should have had a +8 to it.
Holy shit.
Because of the bite.
Right.
So I don't know if that changes anything.
33?
But it was to determine nobility. So that's why I don't know if it changes anything. But
no, it wouldn't change anything.
Cool.
But you
just had to make sure.
Would have noticed something else.
Oh, cool.
Specifically that there seems to be something invisible and shimmering outside of the window. At least for a very brief moment you sensed something there, and as soon as you looked over, there was nothing.
Hmm.
He's question again. Sorry for asking so many. Have you ever felt like you were being watched in this room?
Me? No. I mean, it is very lonely in here, even with all these people in here. They are not present.
I just walk over to the window. And can I open this real quick?
Go for it. They could use the fresh air. No, I don't know if it does them any good.
Absolutely open it and just stick my head out and just look around.
Yeah, you just look around at one of the normal Umber streets. You see people kind of walking by. The rail kind of traversing above you.
And before Jake's absolutely cracked headless horseman monster fucking rides down the alley.
Not again. Not again.
Say goodbye to your head again.
No.
I think I timed that one also perfectly with Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did that on purpose because of Halloween.
Yeah. It's a Halloween one shot.
Well,
unfortunate. Well,
universe
continuation. Yeah.
I think it was a one shot because you got one shot.
I mean, you know.
One shot, it took a few, but the head went bye-bye.
Okay.
You don't see anything.
Yeah. I'll just stick my head back in, but keep an eye on the window as I would have continued all of this.
One more question. Who brought Atney in?
It was the same friend.
Okay.
The one you saw yesterday.
Right, okay.
Why the different stages? Why are they all vegetative? Let's give her an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess this would be a medicine check. Really?
Oh, how unfortunate.
My God.
She kind of crosses her arms and just looks out, seemingly lost in thought.
Would it... This is a stupid question I asked, but I'm going to ask it. Would I be able to determine if, because I am already affected, do I think my blood might do something if it were, I don't know, like ingested by these people?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Oh boy, another one. Let's go. Here we go. Yep, that's more like it.
I mean, your blood is special. There's a very high likelihood it might do something.
Whether good or bad, who the fuck knows?
That's the question, isn't it?
What are you gonna do?
God, I really want to do something. But she'd probably kill me if I did it.
Guys, do it softly.
Does anyone have Speak with Dead?
I
They're
haven't.
not dead, though.
We can make one dead.
Wait.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I keep saying these things, and then you keep coming up with the technically right, but... Yeah.
No, I mean...
I don't know if this is going to do anything. I'm going to... Where is she sitting? Who is she furthest away from? The Atney or the Retatosker kid?
You
The
want a map
doctor.
here?
Oh. Huh. There's a map.
Oh, dear.
She's currently there.
Where's Ratatosker Kid?
That's the top left one. This one.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna go over there and just see if he doesn't. He might not respond to comment. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna whisper some abyssal and see if it's probably bad. See if anything happens. You know.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
You're
Concern.
gonna put in the passcode to wake them all up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I'm worried.
Not suspicious at all. Give him some blood, whisper some demon speech. Nothing
Yeah,
suspicious.
absolutely.
Don't even have our weapons.
Yeah, you go up into him and kind of whisper
Well,
something.
Varus and
literally
Vestelle have
just say-
teeth, so
I
there's
literally
that.
just say hello in abyssal and hope nothing fucking happens.
Yeah, your voice growls low and it kind of echoes for a brief moment, but you look at him.
Definitely trying to be quiet about it as well.
Yeah. He seems to make no movement.
Good. So it's not the language, which is great.
As you're kind of sitting
And I'm
there, the one behind you has, like, you didn't notice until now, but she's been whispering in her kind of like, she's been huddled up, the blanket wrapped around her, and she's just kind of whispering into her pillow.
Can I hear what she's saying?
Yeah, you can hear her in common, and she's saying, "Stop, stop, 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 stop," just constantly over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Is this one of the one that gives off a feeling or no?
She has nope. She's one of the ones with no feeling.
Okay. Strange.
Yes. Now, as much as I would like to give you all of the time in the world, I have to go, and I cannot have you here unsupervised. So please, she kind of indicates towards the front.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish to see them again, you can come by again.
Wonderful. When do you usually, I suppose, when would you prefer if we were to come again?
Well, any time that is not after midnight. I am gone at around midnight.
That can be arranged easily. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. This gives me a little bit more to work off of. Or at the very least, I can try. Maybe it's time to call in some of the temples. Maybe a healer would help.
Also, I don't know if it matters to you, but this one has been whispering stop for quite a while.
Yes, she does that. She's not... Well, ironically, she is not going to stop.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Varus will walk out.
If you're ever injured, you know where I am. But yeah, you guys wander back to the streets of Umber.
So, that was something.
Yeah, it's a little concerning.
Only 3 people in that room are not like us. They're like it was still.
You could tell who was the furthest.
Not really
What-
who was
what
the
am-
furthest, but I can tell who gave off the most, or the closest kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at me, right?
Yep.
No one else gave nearly enough. Yeah.
Nope.
It was at me. Which is concerning.
She wasn't the first one who was there.
No. Which
Doesn't
is
mean
why
that she
it's
wasn't the
concerning.
first one who was attacked, though.
They could have been attacked by different people, and maybe she was attacked by a true vampire or something.
Yeah, I mean, there were disappearances going on in Free Reach, and she was certainly there.
Yeah.
So who knows, maybe once we lost sight of her, maybe she was the next one up and ended up, well, getting here.
I find it surprising. If anything, I imagine she would be traveling with people.
She had a brother, didn't she not?
No. No. I don't think so.
I thought there was another Barlow.
That was a friend.
Not a.
Oh,
He
just a
wasn't.
friend?
He wasn't a Barlow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was just a companion.
Okay.
He was just another
mean,
noble.
We like actively met him, right? Or at least some of us did, right?
Yeah, you guys.
He
spoke.
fought Vaerun.
Ordon.
Oh. What if
House Ordon.
what if we got
yeah.
Vaerun, like, I mean, we'll have to go speak with him, but what if we got Vaerun to, like, cast sending on him?
It might not be that close, to be fair. It could have just been a, acquaintanceship,
True.
temporary alliance thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's worth a shot if they were friends, though. If we don't get anything back from him,
The
that means
problem
that he
is-
probably perished.
The problem is, do we really want to alert him to this? Because if he tells her family, problems might occur.
Well, we wouldn't have to necessarily tell him what's going on, just,
No, but if we send a message saying, hey, have you ever heard what Atmy's been up to? It's a little strange, don't you think?
true, but I mean, Vaerun was the one that fought her, right?
Especially concerning the fact that Vaerun's the one that fought him and not her. So why would Vaerun care about her?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter, like, what he says. It's more to get an idea as to whether or not he's alive. Because, I mean, like I said, if he doesn't respond at all, then there's a good chance that him, as well as whoever she was traveling with, have been perished.
But this is my question. How are they determining who to choose? Because if she was traveling with people, they just killed them and took her.
Maybe they're doing it on multiple people, but only so many actually survive. But if that were the case, I have to then question why they would just leave them out to be found and eventually taken in like this.
But that's the thing. They've all been found with white robes, correct? Which means at one point in time, they were taken maybe somewhere, but they were absolutely either unconscious or under a control of some kind to put on a white robe for some reason, either before or after the bite.
Yeah, it's all confusing and rather concerning, no matter how you'll really look at it.
Jake, this might be a kind of a stretch, but when Vestelle was when she woke up in the Bloodhunters Guild, what was she wearing?
She was wearing a set of armor.
Okay.
Or no, sorry. No, it wouldn't have been a set of armor. It would have been sort of like ceremonial, almost fancy robes.
Oh, okay.
Were they white?
They were not white.
Okay.
There was white aspects on them.
But not complete white robes.
No. And these seem more like medical robes than anything else.
Oh. Even more concerning.
Yeah,
They were found in medical robes.
I feel like there's like a bunch of ways that we could think about this, but no matter how you spin it, it's not good, I think.
To be fair, no matter how you spin it, it all ends up coming back to the tri-point.
Yeah. Which is just
Not somewhere
lovely.
we're going again yet.
One
Well,
day.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if anything, we can at least look into the whole thing with the red cloaked people, and who knows, maybe in other cities they also are having similar issues with this, or similar to this, rather.
Yes. Even more reason to keep an eye out wherever we are.
You guys think it was a bad thing that I yelled out the name Cadrith to that bat monster thing in the tri-point?
I've
I mean,
got no idea.
I know it's dead, but I
To
hope
be
it
fair,
wasn't like a scout or something. Someone's listening to it.
If you're truly worried about telling people your last name, you've been telling people your last name the entire time.
Yeah, but they didn't know anything. This was
Yeah.
something in the tri-point that is clearly vampiric.
I'm just saying that if people do look up your last name and find this out...
Yeah, I think we might need to give you like a secondary last name to
Or just not use your last name like I do.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have some people be like, "Oh, what's your surname?" And then you can't really just say,
You
"Oh, I don't have one." Is that a thing that people have? I feel like you're taking the piss right now. I feel like that's not a thing.
It has truly worked for me.
You're making
Works
that
for
shit
me
up.
too.
See?
I've never seen someone unironically not have a surname. Unless they're trying to be like a badass and go by a code name. In which case, I guess it works.
Not everybody has a last name.
You're making that shit up.
Fake news.
Just keep that in mind. We might want to keep your surname on a down low, so to speak, in case anyone hears it and is like, wait, I know that name, and immediately tries to fight you.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should find the others and go check out the other concerning little tidbit that's going on in this city.
One more thing I did remember in the passage that we found in the book yesterday. It did say that the Grey Wardens had a big part in like defeating vampires. And I wonder if, like, Lyra, do you know anything?
That's actually a good question. I personally don't have much knowledge, but I can perhaps maybe write to someone back home and they might know.
I don't know how sending works, but could that be arranged? Could we send a message to someone that you know who might be more knowledgeable?
I can try.
Let's be honest. Only one of us here knows how magic works.
I'm sure I'm sure there's probably some services in Umber that can relay messages fairly quickly.
It's probably the place to do it. Then
I was about to say, I know the courier places around here. I could, if you had a letter, I could just find someone and have it sent off. I already sent one off as is yesterday.
Let's head to the bridge and see if we can find like a courier place on the way.
Yeah.
Let's head there now.
And then I'll take up the sending stone, and as we transition scene, go back into the past and be like, hey, have you guys found anything?
Bada bing, bada boom. We go over to Darcy and Vaerun. As the two of you begin to wander south towards the actual bridges themselves, taking the various different sites of the midst. It's very pretty. A lot of scattered marketplaces and kind of small, low buildings that you can traverse between and through. the open market style of the center of the midst kind of opens up into a little bit more formal and proper buildings with blocks and various different things. Like, you ever remember Assassin's Creed? Those buildings that take up an entire block? The Italian style ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where?
Those ones. Very cool ones. Those are pretty popular in this area as you guys get closer and closer to the actual castle itself. But yeah, as you guys wander towards the actual bridge itself, you can see that, it just looks like any other bridge, and from the best that you can tell, it was cleaned up pretty well. There seems to be no sign of any sort of struggle or anything here.
Mm. If whatever happened here doesn't look like it was anything too messy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's also been some time.
2 or so days, yeah. But as you guys are kind of standing around, behind you, towards the actual midst themselves, you see two large, these block buildings that are standing pretty tall, and their roofs are maybe like 30-40 feet up at the minimum. So yeah, and then the bridge itself kind of raises itself out of the water and traverses over this relatively fast flowing river all the way over to the southern end. There's what appears to be like a set of railings, or like metal railings, to prevent people from falling off, but there's like a walkway all along the river itself to just encourage sightseeing, so to say. But glancing around in this immediate vicinity, you don't spot anything that could indicate a kidnapping.
Well, they were saying maybe look around for any traces of magic, so I'll get started on that.
Okay.
And Darcy will cast Detect Magic. I can just do that at will.
As you kind of blink, the world almost shifts itself as if you put on 3D glasses, like the old ones with the blue and red filters.
Yeah.
And you can see like things just, some things begin to vibrate and start glowing. Some things just begin to stand out a little bit. You can see that Vaerun on his person. Are you carrying anything magical, Vaerun?
Yes. My cleansing stone.
He has a cleansing stone that is glowing. And just very quickly glancing around the actual area itself, give me a perception check. 15. Not bad. Glancing around the area itself, for the first 30 seconds or so, you don't really spot anything along the bridge, along the ground, and then no. Oh, wait, there's something glowing on the roof beside the actual bridge itself.
Can I see what might be glowing, like a shape or anything like that?
You can't really tell what it is, but it almost seems like a film that's kind of covering a portion of the roof.
There's something up on the roof. How high up is it?
This one is about 60 or so feet.
But that's something that we're gonna want someone else to look at. I think that's a bit high up.
Well, what is it? An object? What do you say?
Some sort of film, like a covering.
Covering? Maybe it's something they do to treat roofs? Is it on other roofs?
I mean, I don't see any. If it was to treat roofs, then you'd think that might be more of it.
Yeah, glancing around some of the other roofs, it is not present on any of them.
How about we ask around and see if we can get on that roof? maybe we can go. Maybe they'll let us up into that building.
What does this building look like it might be?
It looks like some sort of residential building.
Like a private house or...
Definitely a private house.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, we just knock. Maybe they'll tell us what's on that roof. They'll be fine.
What person is going to be balmy enough to just let some random stranger out onto their roof?
Smash
Well,
cut
maybe they
to you
know.
guys standing on the roof. No, I'm kidding.
I can't believe that worked.
Thing is, I have the persuasion skills. I might be able to do it, but Darcy's like, how is this going to work?
You know what? Vaerun will go and knock on the door.
Yeah, you go up to the courtyard gate. You kind of knock on the side of it. You see like a very neatly dressed maid kind of come out with rather short hair. She's like, can I help you?
Oh, yes. We were just walking by. We were just wondering, wow, what's with that roof? It looks amazing. And we were just wondering, has something been done to it? Oh, this looks different.
No, it's a normal
Please.
roof.
We're not any normal gentlemen here.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're very strange.
Darcy just dying in the back. She's like, oh dear Lord. Ma'am, apologies. We were hired by the guard to look into some things, and just looking around, and there appears to be something on the roof. Is all. Might we go and investigate it?
Give me a persuasion check. She looks at you. Master Balmy did mention that there was sounds on the roof the other night. Fine, but I will accompany you the entire way.
Perfectly understandable. And if there's any time in your master schedule for just a quick word, we wouldn't mind asking about the sounds you heard in case there's anything specific.
As far as he told me, nothing specific, but he's not going to be home for another few hours.
All right, in that case, check with him, and if he does say anything, you can, and I'll just write down the address of where we're staying. Just send a runner. Let us know if there's anything more.
Okay. All right. Before you step in, I need to make sure. Give me a moment. She walks back and you hear her shout at someone. After about 30 or so seconds, you see a massive woman walk out of the actual building itself. Also dressed in a maid's outfit, which is also slightly comical to watch, as she's nearly like almost 8 feet tall and just walks up behind her. Yeah? We've got some guests. I'm going to be showing them the roof. Make sure they don't get into trouble. Yeah, gotta. She kind of just stands there, very menacingly, as the two of you are allowed in.
Ooh, good job. Team effort.
She leads you to one of the courtyard corners, and from there takes a set of spiraling staircases that seem to traverse the entirety of a tower, and it takes you all the way up to the very top balcony. And then she kind of looks over the edge of the balcony and towards the roof. Unfortunately, we don't have access to the roofs, so you're gonna have to climb up yourselves. Be careful.
Right.
Don't fall. It is 60 feet down.
Right.
Sure, yeah, we can do this.
Okay.
Okay, one person holds, the other one climbs. Where's the rope? Where's the rope?
How from the balcony? How high up is it to the roof?
It's only about 7 or 8 feet. And with the actual railing to the balcony, it's even less, about 5 feet.
How about this? Just boost me up real quick.
Sure. Actually, let me tie some rope on you, just in case.
Just on a side note, the roof overhangs the balcony, so you will have to go on top of the railing and then climb up.
Mm-hmm. The rope, I guess, will mostly just be like tied around me, so in case I do fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do be careful, don't scratch any of the walls.
Not to worry, I'll be perfectly careful. And what role do you want me to give for this?
I'll give him guidance.
This is an athletics check, my friend.
Oh boy.
The DC is relatively low because it's not
very far.
Yeah, it's not very far.
It's just an awkward angle.
It's just it's an awkward angle. The roof isn't exactly meant to be climbed on, so
yeah. What'd you say you were doing, Vaerun?
Guidance.
He's giving you guidance.
I will appreciate that.
Don't die to a fall here. Oh no!
Fucking God.
Oh.
Well, you said relatively low, so
okay, not that low.
Oh no.
Darcy
is gonna fall and break his neck, and then we're gonna cut back to Varus doing the ascending. Like
Darcy immediately slips and is dangling off the balcony. Like she turns around for half a second. They're just like, okay.
You put your foot on there. You kind of like solidify yourself. You put your other foot on there, and then for a brief moment, you kind of grab onto the side of one of the pillars. You're like, whew. You try and grab onto the roof, but you grab onto a tile and your hand just kind of like slips, and unfortunately the slip causes you to let go of your other hand, and in that brief moment boom, you slam onto the side of the the bottom of the balcony. It hurts, but not as it doesn't hurt nearly as much as, hitting the ground. You do take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, let me help you up.
Try it again.
You get pulled up, you can try it again.
Considering the fact that I'm the only one that can actually see the thing we're trying to get at.
Mm-hmm. You do see the two maids just like staring at you.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's an improvement.
I mean, it's not if he doesn't get guidance this time.
I'm just going to take the time to get up there. I don't care.
It would have taken you like 5 minutes to get up. Instead, it takes you like 45 minutes to get up, but you do get up. Yeah, you, with a lot of help from Vaerun, you managed to get onto the actual roof itself and not slip off. You do see that the smaller maid is like trying really hard not to laugh. Vaerun, you are not on the roof yet.
I don't intend to be.
Okay. Darcy, as you kind of glance forward towards the sheen, you reactivate your magical eyes once more, and you can see that there is a thin film that is almost covering like a good 5 feet by 5 feet area on the roof. And now that you're on the actual roof itself, give me another perception check.
Oh boy. I will give myself guidance on this one.
Sure.
Oh, dude.
Oh no.
No way.
That's a series of really unfortunate rolls.
Holy shit.
That's,
Oh, hey, the guidance is pretty good.
That's nice, at least.
That's the highest roll thus far.
You got a 7. Okay. On the roof itself, it's not terribly difficult to see. But you do know that whatever film or magical film is kind of covering this area seems to be an illusion spell. And glancing at it and kind of, what are you trying to do? You can tell that it's an illusion spell or illusion type spell.
What does it look like without the detect magic?
It just looks like a plain roof.
How's
Is
it,
it
how's
trying
it going,
to-
sir?
There's a spot of... I guess it might be illusion magic.
Oh, can you see through the illusion?
I mean, I can try. I'll try to look through it, I
Yeah,
guess.
give me a perception check.
Not investigation?
Oh, it would be investigation. You're right. Yes.
Cool. Guidance.
15.
15.
That beats the DC.
Oh, thank Christ. Even if you're just pitying me for all my other shit rolls, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a long-lasting minor illusion, essentially.
Okay.
But glancing down at it, you now can kind of see through the actual spell itself now that you know exists. One, there's 2 tiles that are kind of broken and kind of shattered in place, almost as if something heavy had landed on them. And you can see small, like, streaks of blood in that place where it landed. And now that you're kind of accustomed to this magic, glancing around, you also see smaller patches on other roofs that almost seems to have a distinctive path from where you currently are.
Okay. Darcy is just going to... He's going to kneel down on the roof. He's going to take out his workbook.
Mhm.
And he's going to make a rough sketch of... He's going to look in the direction that they seem to be going.
Mhm.
And effectively just, like, draw out the roof line.
Right. This is basically what you get. Here, let me draw it for you. Somewhere along this way.
Okay. And just to make sure, is there any others like behind that may have come from the other direction?
Glancing down, you realize that where it would have come from was the bridge itself. And you glance down at the actual area itself. You now realize that there is like a tiny bit of an illusion slip on one of the railings. And being able to see through it, you can see that the railing itself is like caved in. So like the very
I imagine
top of
Darcy's coupling the detect magic with spyglass by this point.
Yeah, at this point. You can see that the top of the railing is kind of like caved in as if something really heavy pushed off the top of it. Or something like really heavy slammed into it.
Oh, this is just delightful.
What do you say?
So there are more patches on other roofs. I think I know either where it might have come from or where it might have been going. And there's also a spot on the bridge.
So can you tell if he landed on the bridge or did he come from the bridge?
Could be either or. But whatever it was something heavy. Because, well, tiles are cracked, and there's also spots of blood here and there.
Blood? Can you maybe scrape some off? Could be useful.
Yeah,
don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how useful that'll be. Like, is there blood on any of like the tile that was broken off that I can just take?
There's a little bit.
Yeah,
There's like a few drops. Nothing substantial.
Yeah, Darcy will just take a piece of the tile that, like the largest one that has the largest like sample of blood, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then Darcy will just shimmy his way down.
Yeah, you take your time. It takes you nearly another hour, but
I don't imagine it takes that
no,
long.
it probably doesn't. It takes
Yeah,
you
I'll
like
help him.
yeah, it takes you like 10 minutes. You come down off the edge and you almost miss the grab. You know what? Just give me an athletics check just to see.
Oh, fuck me.
Can I help? Like I'm there.
Yeah.
Eh.
You can help. You can grant him advantage. Do you have
Oh
Well-
man, like,
you drop off the edge of the roof again. You try and grab the edge of the balcony as you're falling. You're like, oh shit. You don't get it, but you do stop like about 2-3 inches after it as you watch as the back of your like shirt is now being held up by the bigger maid. She
Thank
picks
you.
you up, puts you on the balcony. That was funny. Thank you for the entertainment.
Darcy's just looking very sheepish and embarrassed.
Did you find anything useful?
Yeah, we found a fair bit, thank you.
You did. What did you find? It is our roof after all.
Well, seems like someone landed on it.
Landed
then-
on it.
From there, went to other roofs, just traveling along.
Well, it does correlate with what our master said. Fair enough. Is that one of our tiles?
Yes, there's also a bit of blood on it.
You know what? You can keep that.
The tiles need to be replaced anyway.
Yep.
Just a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, thank you for letting us in.
Sure. Yeah. Please leave.
Apologies for putting you out at all.
No, it's okay. As the two of you leave, the gate just kind of shuts behind you.
Oh,
As you got a ring on your phone.
Your phone.
No.
Darcy will check the sending stone.
Yep. You hear Varus's voice through it.
You find anything?
well,
Oh, perfect timing. We just got done finding something.
Wonderful. Then we need to meet up because we found out things as well.
Right. Where should we meet up then?
I suppose halfway between the two of us. Somewhere in the midst. Right. Well, where was the doctor's office again, actually? Sorry.
The doctor's office? Like up here.
Yeah, somewhere in the midst, then, definitely.
where's our inn?
Your inn is here.
So it'd be
Oh,
easier to
God.
just meet up in the midst somewhere.
Sure.
Spotted a nice looking cafe, so
Wonderful. Well, let's meet each other there then. Just, I guess, give me the name where it might be.
I gave him the totally real name of a totally real cafe that Jake planned out.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Starbucks.
Legally distinct Starbucks.
Yeah, it's Star Space Bucks. And the actual logo is a deer. Because
A deer made in a constellation style.
Yeah, exactly.
Or centaur?
Oh, maybe.
Hmm.
But yeah, you guys meet. Sure, you guys meet up at Starbucks.
Yes. Oh boy, do I like bucks. The animal.
Yeah. I suppose we'll just grab a table. all together.
Yeah.
So, would you prefer to go first, or would you like us to?
Might as well. So we went to go check out the bridge, and just sort of looked around it, and one of the manors nearby, there was someone left illusion magic on one of the roofs. It was covering up a landing spot. A few of the tiles were broken where someone might have landed and stood. Spots of blood here and there, just drips, stuff like they might have been bleeding. And
Does it have a trail, or does it just disappear like someone was grabbed and flown away?
Well, if I could guess, then, well, Darcy will just pull out his book and show them the pages that he drew out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, spotted a few other roofs that had impact spots similar and illusion magic covering it. And they were either coming from this way or going this way.
Mm-hmm.
There was also the railing on the bridge was a bit broken as well, and it was covered up.
So we're looking for something decently sized that can make large leaps.
I'd say at least the size of a person.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, we managed to meet with that doctor that we were going to meet with yesterday, but forgot about. And she led us to the room where all the people who have been getting attacked by vampires are. And let's just say someone we've met before was in there.
Oh, who's it?
I imagine you remember the name Atney Barlow.
Atney.
Oh, the woman that Vestelle fought in the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I remember seeing that.
The young noble lady from House Barlow.
What was
Her
her name?
and 9 others. Her and 8 others, I guess. It was a total of 9, right?
Total
Drake?
of 9.
Her and 8 others were vegetative in the room. 6 of them gave off the feeling that I feel when I see Vestelle. So 6 of them in there are either already changed or are changing. And Atney seemed to be the one closest to us.
Yeah, based off the book we read earlier, it seems possible. If it was a true vampire that affected them.
Exactly. But apparently every single one of them were obviously found near the tri-point, but also every single one of them were found in white, what would be classified as like hospital robes, hospital gowns, however you want to preface that. Every single one of them.
Which means they were kept in a facility, used.
Or someone drank from them, changed them, and left for some reason.
Why? Seems were they all in the same clothes? You tell? Were they still?
They were wearing this, like just hospital gowns at that point in time, right, Jake? When we saw them
in the hospital? Yeah.
All the exact same hospital gowns.
Those ones were, from the best that you could tell, ones that were given to them from from Miss Harper, Dr. Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, she worked a lot of years for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's another boy. not as, I guess, far along as her, but he was from Clan Redataska from the north. So
Hmm.
I don't know how they're choosing people. But they're choosing people, biting them, leaving them, and then this helper from the hospital is finding them and taking them here.
Hmm.
That's my main concern is I feel that they might be being left like intentionally,
Yeah.
almost to be like a maybe like keep them in a catatonic state, hope that someone finds them, puts them into a place like that, and then maybe are waiting to
that's my
let
worry.
them go rampant, you know?
Exactly. Put as many of them in the single hospital as they can, and then one day let them free to do whatever might be destructive, as someone who was and still is extremely
So you think this is all planned?
by his desires. This is alarming that there are more.
I suppose newly turned and awakened vampires would make for an alarmingly destructive plan of attack.
Problem is, they won't know what they're doing until they wake up. If they wake up. None of them are talking. Well, that's not true. None of them are conversing.
So they're
They all
not
blankly stare ahead.
they're not conscious.
They are. I
They're
don't know if
conscious,
conscious
but
is
they're not
definitely the right word.
cognitive.
There we go.
How about curing them? What has the doctor tried? Has she turned to magic? Has she
I mean, I tried
She,
my healing hand, and it seemed to, for a moment, almost subdue whatever was taking over them, but it was short-lived.
to be fair, she did state that it wouldn't work. So I imagine she's tried it something like that before.
Okay. How about other forms of magic? Like remove curse? Dispel magic? Greater restoration? Lesser restoration?
I mean, truly the best way to determine that would be to, I guess, try it on Vestelle Eye first. Because we would have the same thing.
Well,
Different. There is a difference, though.
you guys aren't turning. You're already, different. Right?
I mean, to be fair, they might be done as well.
At the very least, from what you're saying, Atney might be done.
The strangest thing is that the Ratatoska boy was brought in first, and he seemed nowhere close enough to where Atney was.
In the book, it seemed like vampires have to give a certain amount of themselves, right?
Right.
So what if the vampire only chose to give a little bit to one and then more to the other?
But why the selective choosing?
Well, maybe one's better than the other.
Another thing is, well, wasn't there also a whole thing about how vampires there's history of vampires. Vampires have not been able to turn anyone.
Yes, normal vampires are not able to turn people. However, true ones are, which would be, I point at that family.
Hey, I should put up my hands. I didn't have anything to do with this. As far as
What
I
do you know that you're not telling
As
us?
far as I know.
So here's something that might be important to consider. On the chance that these aren't true vampires that we're dealing with, you don't think they're experimenting, do you?
I don't know what they're doing.
But they're just, well, we don't know enough about them. All we can tell is they're turning.
See, the more we learn about this sort of thing, the more I'm worried about what actually happened to me. As far as I'm aware, I was never anywhere near the Tri-Point area, and yet I turned out this way.
But you don't remember how it happened?
No.
None of these people were. Well, most of them weren't in the Tri-Point either. They were scattered around.
They were all near the Tri-Point area.
Well,
they were
not
all found near the Tri-Point, right?
Well, I understand, but they weren't at the Tri-Point. They were scattered.
What reason would Artemis have to leave Free Reach?
To go back home. They don't. I believe they don't live in Free Reach.
There were vampires there too.
That's more my point there. Varus, you mentioned something about hearing somebody being attacked while you were in Free Reach, but you weren't able to find where it was coming from.
Yes, that is true.
They were attacking and abducting people there.
Nobles were disappearing, yes. I don't know if specifically the person I heard was Artemis or someone else, but yeah, someone was being taken by something.
What? Do you think there's some connection with the thing we just saw at the bridge?
Probably. People have been disappearing around here, right?
Yeah, but they've
on
not...
the southern end of the mist.
People have been disappearing around here, but they've not found any of them. And all the people that we saw at the hospital were found, but were apparently not from here.
Right. But
they've all been,
what if you give it time? What if in a week, 2 weeks, it's all popping up somewhere else?
Well, then I suppose we have to make a little bit of a stakeout at night, don't we? Use someone as bait and see what happens.
Oh no.
Well, how about let's investigate the potential path first?
I was about to say, do we know if that maybe goes on farther than what you could see from that roof? Because if it keeps going, maybe we can find where it does disappear, and maybe they are actually still in town, just, you know.
Yeah. Let's investigate that first before we start using people as bait.
Though I do, unfortunately, I know for some it may not be a big deal, but it seems like we may end up having to put someone out there as bait.
Well, I'm not a young, healthy man anymore.
All right, Grandpa, let's get you to bed.
Yes.
Come on, Vaerun, I mean, really, you check like 2 boxes, if they're looking for nobles, boom. If they're looking for young and healthy people, I mean, also boom. You see, we kill 2 birds with 1 stone and potentially Heck, what if the two kidnapping factions end up coming across each other, assuming they're different, and then they fight each other to the death, and we don't have to do anything? It's great.
Get entertainment.
To be fair,
yeah.
we do have 2 people in this party that fit that bill. Then
I think there's well, be like, how are any of the people in the hospital beds elves? Like, come on.
I'm pretty sure Atney was an elf.
Atney's a half elf.
human.
Or
Oh,
half
no,
elf.
she's human. She's human. Wait, let me double check.
That's what I
Oh.
thought.
Let me double check. Because I don't even remember.
I thought she had pointed ears.
I thought she was human.
I thought she was.
I thought she was human.
Atney is human.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess we have a human right here. I look. Where's Lyra?
Me? This is like sort of fun.
I'm gonna regret saying this. Having just one person as bait probably won't be effective.
Aren't they only taking one person? Or are you talking about splitting up at different places?
Well, we shouldn't separate. If we're trying to bait, we should just lay out the trap.
I mean, if anything, we can swap people out if we wanted to stake out on a roof and then just rotate every hour or so.
The thing is, if the idea is to figure out where they're going, what's happening, who's taking people, stopping them from grabbing someone isn't going to help us do that.
No, we need to follow them back to where they're going. So that we can, at the very least, rescue the other people they've already taken.
That's why we should track the roofs first, before we start baiting people.
I agree. That'd probably be for the best.
I think
Just-
bait should be our last resort.
I'm just saying for the bait plan, so we only have to do it the one time.
Yeah, it's filled on once, right?
Well, looks like it's going to hopefully be an exciting night.
We want to do this tonight, not see if we can find any more information out.
What time is it?
It's like noon.
No,
Yeah,
it's like
we got time.
5-6 p.m.
Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
seriously? Never mind then.
Took a
Fuck.
while.
We're gonna do it tomorrow.
Well, do we want to at least follow the roof thing while there's still daylight out, and then we can.
Yep. Truthfully, we might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe they'll just take one of us as bait anyway while we're following.
True.
Let's look at the roofs first, and then we could maybe do a stakeout too. See if they leave the building. We'll be fine.
Sure.
Who knows?
That seems the smartest to me. If we find where they lead.
Mhm.
All right, well, lead the way.
As you guys begin heading back towards the bridge in an attempt to figure out more information. That is where we'll call this week's session.
Ooh.